throughout the day. Leadership, of course. Melody Hussein kicked us off with a very intricate and insightful presentation about leadership. And if you will, this panel will pick up right from where she left off. This is a very last panel of this conference. It's called Leadership in Challenging Times. And the times, I think it's been made abundantly clear throughout the day, are very, very challenging. Whether you are a business leader, whether you're a policymaker, these are interesting and challenging times. And this very last panel will now pick up on it. First up, very delightful to welcome to the stage the Country General Manager of Schneider Electric Pakistan, Mr. Humayun Akhlaq. Please join me on stage. Great to have you with us. And as I call your names, please just take a seat in the order that I call upon you. Next up is the Director and CEO of Jaffer Business Systems, Said Vikar Ul Aslam is here, ladies and gentlemen. Please join us on stage. Great to have you with us. We have the CEO of EFU Life, of the EF Life Insurance, Mr. Mohammed Ali Ahmad is here with us. Please give him a hand. Also with us, the COO of TCF, Riaz Ahmed Kamlani is with us. We have with us the Executive Director at Petrosurf, Mr. Mohammed Amir Salim. Next up, we have the Group Head of Human Resources at Bank Al Falah, Faisal Farouk Khan. No, he's not there. Very good. That's why I was going to say there's one chair missing, but apparently now it all makes sense, because last but certainly not least, we have the Chief Investment Officer at State Life Insurance, Said Shanawaz Nadir Shah. Please give him a hand. Now, gentlemen, thank you. It's great to have you all with us. I don't have to tell you that we are running behind in terms of time, but this is the very last session, and I do want to make good use of it, and I will probably apply a bit more Western style of moderation, where I might cut you off and interrupt you here and there. So please bear with me, just in order to perhaps gain back some time that we've lost. But I do, of course, want to make ample use of the outstanding leadership that we have here on this stage. We are talking, of course, about leadership in challenging times, and boy, are they ever. All of you, of course, are at the forefront of this debate, dealing with the complexities on a daily basis. Perhaps 60 seconds each, just to get warmed up, if you will. Starting, Mr. Mohammed, I want to bring you in here as well and give you your 60 seconds. As a leader, how you define and see good leadership.
Sure. Thank you, Ali. Just adding on to the wonderful points made by the two gentlemen. So I'll pick on two more points. For me, clarity of purpose. That's something that I think should be your foundation of leadership, no matter which organization you're in, which sector you're in, which country you're operating in. And the drift from the purpose should not really happen. Of course, there are times when organizations pivot from what they're doing and they get into new businesses, vertically or horizontally. But the foundation needs to be clarity of purpose. Now, that clarity of purpose, a leader needs to disseminate that to the entire organization. So right down to the most junior level employee, up to the senior level people, they need to know what the purpose is of the organization. Because then if you have challenging times and you're clear on the purpose, you're able to move through the challenging times. So that, I think, for me, at least in my leadership role, that's something I've really sort of held on to very, very tightly. The second one, I feel, in today's day and age, if you had asked this question to someone maybe 2-3 decades ago, the answer would have been different. But in today's day and age, a leader needs to have a very wide bandwidth to be able to see the bigger picture And I think that's what was just mentioned, that in a way being a fortune teller, which is quite difficult at times, uh, more often you're wrong than right, I would say. But then being able to see the bigger picture, being able to motivate the team to look at the bigger picture, but at the same time, if needed, and that's where in challenging times, the leader needs to be able to see the micro level picture as well. So I think having a broader bandwidth allows a leader of today to navigate through challenges. So I would put these 2 points as something a leader should have.
Yeah, thank you so much. A clear sense of purpose. I think that's very much appreciated. Goes for any organization where there's consistency from the bottom to the very top, and vice versa, of course. And I also very much appreciate the last point about a leader in the 21st century has to be so, if you will, the talents have to be so wide-ranging. It's no longer be enough to be excelling in just one field, but also a lot of psychological work, I would imagine, aside, of course, from the knowledge that you have accumulated over the decades to understand your employees and the mission. Thank you so much for that indeed, Mr. Mohammed. Mr. Mohammed Ali Ahmed, looking at you, not trying to estimate your age in any sense or shape or form, but it seems to me you already are part of the young leadership out there, one of the younger leaders at the very helm. So you certainly understand the question of what quality, biggest behavior change that you see in the younger generation.
So I'll tell you an example of our organization. EFU Life is the largest private sector life and health insurance company. So we have a lot of legacy associated with the organization. I took charge as CEO about 2 years ago, and I'm trying to transform a number of things, including how we deal with our people. And one of the definitions which I've tried to change in the organization is the definition of loyalty. So with a legacy mindset, I'm sure a lot of people will agree that loyalty means the number of years you've served in an organization. That's how it is considered. That's how it's measured. But now we are saying that if you're going to deal with this younger generation, change the definition of loyalty, because we cannot we cannot assume that they will come in the workforce. A 25-year-old is going to join our organization, is going to stay here for decades, and hence we will give a high rating on loyalty to that employee. That's not going to happen. So if a 25-year-old joins us, stays for 2 years, but is able to do justice to the role that was given, is able to add value, and then leaves the organization, that's fine with us, because that's how the current generation looks at. They want to get maximum experience in their early ages, and maybe by the time they're 40, they would stick to maybe 1 or 2 organizations. So just giving you this one example, that the definition of loyalty has been changed, and we don't use number of years anymore. The legacy mindset still says use number of years, but we are saying no. Look at the value they've added, and if they've added value in the short tenure they've had with us, that's good for us. We should have a pipeline so that if 2 people leave, we recruit 3, and we assume the 3 are again going to stay with us for 2 years only. So with that shift in our HR philosophy, once we've done that, we are at peace now. I think we don't really struggle to say that why are these younger people leaving us, because we know that they want bigger experience, a more diverse experience. So in terms of leadership lessons for the future, I think this is what leaders also need to look at today.
That's very interesting indeed, to redefine the term loyalty. As you say, used to be that the previous generation took pride in the fact that they were part of a company for 30, 40, even 50 years, and they're still married in that, obviously, goes without saying, but the younger generation, as you pointed out, is looking at it very differently. But it may not matter if you just seize the time that they are there in an efficient manner. Thank you for pointing that out, Mr. Thank you so much. Mr. Mohammed?
I think the lesson would be, or the advice would be, that leadership is not always about having all the answers, because you would never really have all the answers, but what you need is being steady when things around you keep on shifting. But if your mind and heart is in the right place, you will stay steady, but you will not really have all the answers all the time. And that is something which a leader needs to be comfortable with, rather than thinking of that as a shortcoming. Think of it be comfortable in that, but be steady when things around you shift.
And it's okay to be transparent
Absolutely.
about that,
Yeah.
because I think none of us here on the stage or beyond can expect us to have every single answer.
Absolutely.
So be bold and be transparent about that fact. I like that very much. Thank you. Is the key here to any success. And I think also, judging by the applause, I think the point you were making, that all of you here on the stage and in the audience, those who are moving up, should keep in mind that they are an ambassador, for lack of a better term, of this country and culture and business culture as well. So thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I speak for all here in the audience when I say this session has been extremely valuable. Listening and learning from 6 outstanding business leaders here on how to be a successful businessman or businesswoman in the 21st century. A lot of notes to take away from this session, a lot of valuable lessons. Thank you so much for your leadership, for being here, and for taking the time to join us here on stage. This is your applause. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. And I want to ask Mr. Farooq Junaidi to join us here for the mementos and to give you the well-deserved flags of recognition. Thank you so much. And I'm moving from one microphone to the next while the last flags are being distributed. An outstanding panel. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you, gentlemen. Let's give him one more round of applause here. A great group of leaders. Melody, I'm sure many of the messages you heard here on the stage very much resonated with you, and of course the important messages that you shared with us here on this very stage earlier today. Thank you so much. And one final group photo for the books. Of course, my honor, yes. I'm so sorry.